Hey folks, how you doing? Dave McRae here. Okay, so news just broke that Rian Johnson, the director of Star Wars The Last Jedi, is going to be helming a new Star Wars trilogy. Now, for those of you who think this is going to be episode 10, it's actually not. At least from what I can see, from what I'm reading, from what I'm seeing, this isn't episode 10, okay? This is a completely separate new story, new trilogy happening at the other end of the galaxy or in a completely different galaxy, trillions of light years away. This is completely fresh, completely new, something we've never seen before, something we don't know anything about. And personally, I'm really excited about it because I think it's time to step away from the Skywalker story, if you will. Now look, I really liked The Force Awakens. I thought it was a solid return, and I'm really looking forward to The Last Jedi. But having said that, I mean, there's only so much you can do within the confines of this particular universe, okay? And this particular narrative following these particular characters, passing the torch from one generation to the next. There's only so much we can do with that until it really starts to become repetitive, and we've kind of seen this before. So the fact that they're going to be doing something completely different, completely new. Now, that doesn't mean that they're not going to take tidbits from legends or little anecdotes from certain things. Maybe they will, but from what I understand, this is completely different, and rightly so. Rightly so. I mean, look, the original trilogy and the original set of films, whether it's the prequels, whether it's, you know, the original trilogy, whether it's this new trilogy of 7, 8, 9, it's in a galaxy far, far away, but it's in the same galaxy, right? So who's to say that there's not something happening in another galaxy a trillion light years away at the other end of the universe? Or who's to say there's not something happening at the other end of this particular galaxy, but it's happening, you know, 1,000,000 light years or 100 million light years at the other end that nobody knows about? I mean, there's got to be other planets and other stories and other things happening simultaneously, running parallel with what we know and love from the movies, but nobody knows about it. I mean, look, do you know what's going on right now in China? No, I don't, but there's a story happening right now in China that I don't know anything about. And it's not related to my life or my set of circumstances or the people that I know at all. But it could be a really fucking interesting story if I was to find out about it that has nothing to do with me and nothing to do with my friends or my work or my line of work or my relatives or whatever the case is. Nothing. Do you know what I'm saying? So I'm excited about that, and I think it's the right choice. I think it's the right choice. Now, Rian Johnson, as far as I know, from what I can see, is going to be writing and directing the first installment anyway. Whether he will go on and write and direct all three, I don't know if it was specific on that. Maybe, maybe not, or maybe he'll pass it along. But he's definitely getting the ball rolling, and he's going to create new characters, new story that we can fall in love with. And I'm really excited about it. I think it's the right choice. Now, whether this is going to be successful or not, who the fuck knows? But clearly what Lucasfilm and Disney are doing is world building. That's what they're doing. They're setting the foundation, hopefully a strong one, and I think they've hired the right guy, at least from what we can see, he's probably the right guy, because I don't think they would have hired him if the executives and if the producers and if everybody working at Lucasfilm and Disney were not satisfied and happy with The Last Jedi. Now, whether you or I are going to be satisfied with it, that's a completely different ballgame. But clearly the executives and the people that, you know, matter, because we don't matter. Let's be honest here. I mean, we matter in the sense that we give them money when we go see the movie, but they could really care whether we like the movie or not. They just want to know whether that movie's going to bring box office receipts. So clearly they're happy with what they see with The Last Jedi, and that's why they've turned to Rian Johnson to do this. But what I also think is a probability is like 10 years down the road, when that new trilogy, whatever that new trilogy is, whatever the new story is, whatever the new protagonists and antagonists are, whatever is going on at, you know, 100 million light years away at that part of the fucking galaxy, it wouldn't surprise me if at some point they try to bring the two worlds together. Or maybe by that time there'll be like a third world happening somewhere at the other end of the galaxy or in another galaxy a trillion light years away. Who knows? But it wouldn't surprise me if at some point they sort of bring them together, like you see Rey or Finn appear in, you know, the fourth film in that trilogy, or you see, you know, do you know what I mean? That wouldn't surprise me. I'm not saying that's going to happen, but it wouldn't surprise me if at some point these worlds sort of meet. That could be something they're thinking about. But I'm excited about it because I think it's time. I think it's time that there is a something fresh, something new, something exciting, something that is not tied or related to the books or the comics or the fucking cartoons or the movies that we know and love, because that way their hands are not tied, right? They don't have to worry about continuity. Oh yeah, but Rey said this and did this. Oh, but Kylo Ren said this and did this. Oh, but you know they meant this when they did this. Oh, but in book 36, paragraph 6, section 5, they said they don't have to worry about that because it is happening at the other end of the fucking galaxy, and it's not even related to anything that's going on here. At least that's the impression I'm getting, and that's what I really hope they follow through on, is that exact thing, because it makes it exciting. It's time to introduce a new narrative, a new story that is not so closely tied to the Skywalker story. There's nothing wrong with the Skywalker story. There's nothing wrong with it. There's nothing. I like The Force Awakens. I know some of you may not have, but I did, and I'm really hoping I enjoy The Last Jedi, and I'm hoping that I also like Episode 9. There's nothing wrong with what we're seeing. There's nothing wrong with this story, but it's beginning to run its course. And that's fine. It's 9 fucking movies of the same story pretty much over. Do you know what I'm saying? It's time for something fresh and new. Anyways, folks, my name's Dave McRae. Comment below and let me know your thoughts. Are you excited about this? Do you think it's a good move? Are you emotionally attached to these characters that we've grown up with and know and love? And are you a little disappointed that they're going to go off and do something completely new that is completely unrelated to anything we've seen? Or are you excited like me and you're like, well, yeah, that makes fucking sense, because if this is a galaxy or a universe, I mean, there could be something going on in another galaxy at the other end of the universe that we don't even know about. Do you feel that way too? I'm excited about that. Comment below and let me know. If you want to follow me on Facebook, you can at facebook.com/manythingsdavemcrae. McRae is MCRAE. Facebook.com/manythingsdavemcrae. That's where I tend to sort of post some shit when I can't get to videos. So yeah, if you want to follow me there, you can. In the meantime and in between time, comment below and let me know. I will talk to you guys soon. Cheers.